Hi guys, Franz here, welcome back to another episode of Knights of Dragons. This is an actual Knights of Dragons episode for the ones who are actually wondering, because this time it's not really ranting about alliances or people that are quitting or retiring or coming back or blah blah blah. No, it's an actual Knights of Dragons episode. How about that? What are we going to do? I'm currently on the account of Blind. He calls himself this, Ola or whatever it's called, but I like to call him Blind because that's his former name. You can clearly see that he has a lot of Shadowforged and this balls guy. Oh wait, what the fuck did that say? Hair suck my hairy ball. Thank you. Thank you very much. I just read that. Like, I literally just read it. Thank you, Blind. Fucking asshole. Jesus Christ. But he has all these armors, you know, he has a Separatist Array, Arceus Bounty, Blazing Windrider, Titan Shield Mill, and then he also has the newest Shadowforged to the line of Shadowforged. Meaning whatever it was called, because I couldn't see it. So we are going to be enhancing that after we have done the Guild War recap. I'm going to go over this quite somewhat faster than usual. So yeah, you can clearly see that they came in rank 5, Eternality itself came in rank 170, 160. Recaps are pretty much the thing that people like the most. I do not know why, but it's pretty much because everybody gets a little bit mentioned, you know. It's kind of, yeah, let's just say that everybody gets mentioned. So it's not really this was a sanctioned top 15, so it was, or a sanctioned top 10, whatever. They were pretty much guaranteed to get it, because top 15, you know, if you are a sanctioned top 10, you have top 10 means like 1k to 1500 gems, somewhere in between that line. And yeah, then we have Rush, of course, one of our alts. It's not all too bad either. So then we have this guy. So yeah, you can see all their points. I don't know the minimum, but I believe it was something around 300k or something. Yeah, and then they also had a Goldmaster that actually, I hope that that he had an alt that covered his minimums, because this just feels like a complete leecher to me. But that's just me, of course. Then we have Pugsley and all of these guys. Some of these guys I actually do know. Others are from DBB itself. Wasn't that by Buttons? Was it? Yeah, okay, it was that DBB. Now let's take a look at their wars. Did they decide to push again? Yes, Evil Orange. Their very last push. And what I see here is basically points that yeah, they're not really used. They're not really utilized, to say the least. Because you can clearly see here that Dark at Night, for example, or Cannon and Unicorn Prospects, all of those points are gone to a waste. I'm not saying that this is a bad run because they finished in number 5, but it feels to me like that some of the points weren't really utilized. Look, French Family, 230k, you know, I mean, these things were pretty much very good wars, of course, but then you see like this, you know, you could have gemmed harder for this. That's basically what I mean by this, that you need to make sure to get as much points as you can, because maybe you will fail at a top 10, or getting top 15 for that matter. I don't know if there were too many people going for top 10, doesn't really matter. Keys of Music and all the points did not make it to the top 15, by the way. Let's just go from top to bottom. So Unicorn Prospects and Lost Locos. I don't really know if Lost Locos is NWO, not entirely sure. I think so. I could be wrong though. Code of Honor is definitely TFO. Kingdom Hearts Forever. This is kinda a guild where actually a thing that I said, like, what happened here? Because they were getting close to Code of Honor. Suddenly they decided to push 6 mil out of nowhere. And they got close to Code of Honor, but what they did was they quit after that. And I honestly thought that they were actually going for top 3. Maybe they didn't have the stuff that they needed for this. Could be, doesn't really matter, but it feels to me like that they were pushing for top 3 on the second day, and then all of a sudden they just said like, hey, I'm out of gems, and then they like poof. Maybe something was going on. I don't really know what happened there, but maybe Kingdom Hearts Forever is like, was it? Maybe they are TFO as well, you know, and I know that TFO has a restriction on their sanction run. If you decide to kick them, then they will get mad at you. Like if you kick a sanctioned run as a non-sanctioned run from its place. Now we have the Untold Army, of course DBB itself, Comeback Kids, DCN, Cannon, God Knights, Dirty Ghetto Kids, Oblivion, Blackguard, Q-Mob, Smoke and Mirrors, and Germany 1. Now there were 17 guilds pushing for top 15. There were 16 at the beginning, but one of these guilds decided to come out of nowhere, Maybe it's Q-Mob, maybe it's Smoke and Mirrors. I'm not entirely sure on which of these guys it was, but there were like Keys of Music was top or number 16 for the entire time. They wanted to push back, they just couldn't. It's a shame, you know, but they did make it by 4 million in the end, and all the points. It's a shame as well for top 15, you know. It just is the difference between the Shadowforged and the Dragonforged. Then we also have Warhammer's French Family, Lords of War, We Stand United, The Final Stand, Dark Judgment, Feror's Warriors, and The Dark Knight's Rise. Then down here we have Unity, top 25, almost, guys, nice. And then we have the Terrible Bones. These guys, both Unity and the Terrible Bones, fucking awesome. Me and Vodka also had a little conversation about how the Terrible Bones is running, you know, and Unity basically has the manpower that the Terrible Bones has in a family, and that I completely agree with that. But like it's like we had a discussion about what is indie actually, you know, what is indie in terms of what is independent in this game, because is it like not being able or not being affiliated with any alliances, or is it like not being affiliated with just your guild on itself, you know, like Unity does. They don't care about other guilds, they don't care about sub-guilds, they have the people that they have in their guild. And the Terrible Bones is an entire family that's behind it, you know, it's an entire indie family, as they call themselves. So yeah, that was what the discussion was about for us. And it was kind of like, I saw from where Vodka was coming, you know, because he said like, they are doing the same thing with 200 people, or like the amount of people they got with an entire family that we are just doing with one guild, you know, because Unity is a one-man army, or one guild army in this case. So let's just enhance this. I don't want to go too deep into that indie stuff, by the way. So we're going to level Spectralfin Scutarius, or whatever, I don't even know how to say it properly. So this dude has already given me some sneak peeks, because he already did the set, I believe. So we're going to enhance it right now and see how much it actually does go up. And yeah, the stats were 6k, 4k, I believe. So sorry that I didn't look at the starting stats, but yeah, you guys will see it at the end, of course, because then you will just see how it actually turns out to be. And yeah, he has so many fucking fusion boosts. What I always want to do first is these type of things, you know, just enhance the armor first before we actually do something else. Or with non-fusion boost armors is what I actually meant to say, because that saves you a ton of gold. Because if you do this first and then you decide to if you do like the fusion boost first and then you go over to the 2 stars and 1 stars, what happens is you spend much more gold on one level as you would usually do. It actually has the same outcome, but this process is much more, or actually much less expensive. It's how I've always done it. You need to scroll a little bit. It's quite more time consuming, but it's also less gold consuming. So it kind of has its advantages and disadvantages at the same time. Does it matter? Yeah, if you are like low on gold, then yes, it really matters if you are low on gold, honestly. And yeah, I'm going to do a little screenshot in between, so there might be a little skip here. There we go. Because every time I want to make like a screenshot, my yeah, I guess my thing just makes a noise of, I don't even know what it is actually. It just makes a damn noise that I don't like at all. Because I need to click a button and click another button to make that screenshot, and it's fucked up if you hear that, because it's like but then much worse, of course. I mean, I can't really do it with my mouth, because like everything has its own sounds, but still. And this armor is going ham. You can clearly see that the stats are going with 11 and 10, so that's quite good. It is a shame, by the way, that they didn't decide to actually do other abilities, you know, because the only thing we have is like we had stun, and then there was this other thing called First Strike. Yeah, it was called First Strike. Yeah, and that was just for the first maybe 3, 4, or no, maybe the first couple of Shadowforged had First Strike, and after that they all got stun, which is quite unfortunate. You know, I want them to switch things up a bit, and what Greek did is like they decided to go with, yeah, stun. maybe it's nice for raid bosses, but I would also like to see some other, you know, maybe some poison thing, you know, maybe a poison ability would be nice, actually. And a heal ability for Shadowforged itself, not because pets, I already know that they have healing and poison and by the way, and things like that. But it's also nice if, like, these armors would get a little boost in terms of just getting things done, you know, getting new abilities. Because Shadowforged, the only thing you do is this. And yeah, Blind was actually telling me, like, I can't keep my fingers off of the armor. I want to enhance it right now, or I want you to enhance it right now. That was last night, you know, he decided to tell me that at 8 p.m. Yeah, he just decided to tell me that at 8 p.m. I was like, Blind, you have, because he has been asking me to do this for the past, I don't know, the past couple, I guess that last week, he decided to tell me that he wanted to do this and that, you know, that he wanted me to do a chest opening and everything, then he wanted me to do this and blah blah blah. And yeah, I mean, I guess I want to, but usually when people decide to tell me, like, hey, I want you to do this and with my account, what happens is they decide to do it themselves anyway. And what do I mean by that is, like, that they say, like, I want you to do a chest opening, you know, and then I say, like, okay, but you have to wait a couple minutes in order to do that. Well, a couple minutes, a couple days in order to do that, because I don't really have the time as of now, and I just need to utilize the things that I have, you know, to do stuff with. And then they'll first, like, okay, you know, it doesn't really matter to me. And all of a sudden, when I get back to them, it's like, yeah, sorry, I already did the chest opening. And then I'm like, why did you ask me in the first place, you know? And here's the level 50. Here's the fucking level 50 armor. Really nice to see that thing actually going again. I like new armors and seeing them grow, because it's something new, you know. Especially these armors, there's no real remakes anymore, just except for the fucking heroic armors, because those are remakes galore. And it's like, I don't even think that the elements are different anymore. It's like that they just do the same armor and the same elements, but it's like different, different name. That's about it. I mean, I see that Green is getting less lazy at this with the new designs, but then the raid boss that is currently going on is also Famine remake. And yeah, Famine, we all know the epic boss if you have been with the Four Horsemen epic boss collection. Something that I want Green to return is the epic boss collections, by the way, because I haven't had one in a year, maybe 2, and I really want new bosses, you know. I really want new bosses. I don't know when Gree will run out of old bosses to, like, revamp with the new leaderboards and blah blah blah, you know, but I want Gree to actually make new bosses and new epic boss collections with better milestones and everything, you know. That's what I want Grey to do, just look forward. But the only thing that I see them doing is look backwards. And just, like, you can't undo the stuff that you already did, you know. I mean, some things you can do, because this is a game and you can clearly put the coding in it, but it's like, I don't want a company to look back at its mistakes, but forward, you know. They do have made a lot of mistakes in the past couple of years. I can clearly give them that, because they let this game die out, which it shouldn't have, because this was a very good game. It was at the pinnacle when Dragonforge came out. And yeah, Shadowforged, pets, jewelry. I mean, it only made the stronger because of how they were implemented, you know. It's not like that I don't like them, it's just the way that they were implemented is like, it just doesn't feel right for me, because, like, it only made the stronger, you know, and the weaker somewhat stronger, but it only made the gap bigger. And yeah, if you have like multiple accounts like me, then you're not really going to focus on getting gems anymore to go on a top 5 or something. Like, focus on your focus on certain stuff. That's not something you do anymore once you have multiple accounts. And that's something that people, like, don't see. But let's just take a look at this right now. How many can we upgrade it with? Okay, so we can upgrade it to level 7. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. So it upgrades stats 400 and about, yeah, a lot as well. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do this. There we go. And now it looks fucking awesome. Let's take a look at the stats, because this one is attack and HP invested from the top of my head. 7700, 6k and 1k stats. And let's say, blind. I want to change this for once. Blind. You can, not can, please, can. I like how he did a little Easter egg in this. Suck. Not that suck, that's okay. Suck. There we go. Mine is what this one has to say. So yeah, what does it say? First it said like, you suck my hairy balls, and now it says blind, you can suck mine. Because he knows. If he sees that it has changed, he knows that it's a response to what I did for him, and it's pretty much also in the video, which he will watch. So guys, I want to give another little shout out to Blind for actually doing or lending me his account to do this, because I really enjoyed this one for once. It is a beast of an armor, I'll give him that. Let's just take a look at the rings and amulets for once. Level 47, level 48, okay, decent I guess. But I enjoyed this, you know, I clearly enjoyed this weekend. Now I decided to retire from the EU server. And I really enjoyed the EU service, or I really did enjoy the EU server until they decided to make it Global 2.0. So like I said, it's only cheaper. I'm not going to go into that anymore, but now I retired, I'm having much more fun with the game. I also decided to put some more top runs out for myself, you know, because I'm not really going to invest in a December top 3 anymore. But yeah, like I said, guys, thanks to Blind for doing this for me. This was an actual Nice Dragons episode. Just smash that like button for once, you know, just do it with your nose and just smash it until it's broken. Both your nose as well as your screen. And guys, thank you so much for watching. And I hope to see you all again next time.